when you are outside the aircraft.
Hi everyone, I hope you're having an amazing day. Now, Europe is one of those continents that many travelers would want to visit. But Europe as a whole consists of many countries. It can go up to as many as 44 countries. In terms of populations ranking in Europe, the top 5 countries would include first, Russia, followed by Germany, by United Kingdom, then France, and then Italy. And to kick off my Rome to Paris trip, I will be starting in the capital of Italy, Rome. Yeah. So now we're trying to make our way to the ticket station to get a bus ticket. Yes, we found a bus ticket kiosk. We got a bus ticket. The bus station is easy to locate as everyone coming off the flight is heading towards the city. When you ask people about where they would visit in Italy, most of them will say Rome. Rome is known for its stunning architecture. The famous Colosseum, one of the 7 wonders of the world, the Pantheon, the Spanish Steps, and the Trevi Fountain are among its main attractions. Here, you will also find great food as well as some amazing landscape. Rome was the center of Roman Empire that ruled European continent for several ages. And here in Rome, you will also find the smallest country in the world, the Vatican City. Great, we just checked into our first hostel in Rome, and now we're going for lunch. For my first meal in Rome, I found a McDonald's that's just on the opposite side of the train station. I ordered an Angus beef burger with bacon. The burger tastes amazing. The beef was juicy and the bacon was savory. It was a good meal. Next, I make my way to my first attraction in Rome, the Spanish Steps. The Spanish Steps were built between 1723 and 1725 in order to link the Trinita dei Monti Church with the Spanish Square below. The Spanish Steps' unique design and elegance has made it a popular place for artists, painters, and poets, who were attracted to the place which inspired them in return. The artists present attracted many beautiful women to the area, hoping to be taken as models. This in turn attracted rich Romans and the travelers. After a short time, the steps were crowded with people with all kinds of background. This tradition of the Spanish Steps as a meeting place has lived on ever since. Italy is synonymous with some of the best food in the world, be it pasta, pizza, or pastry. Rome has it all. And of course, while in Rome, we must not miss the opportunity for the famous dessert, gelato. One of the more famous gelato cafe is the Gelateria Valentino. The owners make fresh gelati and sorbeti daily. The gelato and the plain cones here are all vegan. Many small cafes only take cash payment, with a few taking credit cards. You just need to check before making orders or simply look out for the signages. A short walk from the Gelateria is the famous Baroque Trevi Fountain. The Trevi Fountain has appeared in numerous movies and many legends have formed around it. One of the legends tells that drinking the water from the Trevi Fountain would ensure a good fortune and a fast return to this romantic city. Over time, the legend has evolved to simply tossing a coin over the left shoulder to ensure a return trip to Rome. And while I did toss my coin over my left shoulder in 2017, I've yet to return to Rome at the time I was making this video, which is in 2020. On my way to my next destination, I came across this coffee house called La Casa del Caffè Tassidoro. It is among the best coffee houses in Rome with burnished 1940s fitting. It is a drink and go place where you order your coffee, drink and go. There are no seats. A short walk away from the La Casa del Caffè Tassidoro is Pantheon. Pantheon is a church, and entrance is free. However, I will not be going in today, but I will do so in the next few days.
Remember when you were young? You shone like the sun. Shine on, you crazy diamond.
If you look closer to the top facade of Pantheon, you would notice holes on them. Some have said that they are bullet holes from the First and Second World War, but these are actually holes from the mounting points for the metal statues that have since been removed or taken down. Not far away from Pantheon is Piazza Novana. Piazza Novana is a public open space in Rome. It is built on the site of Stadium of Domitian around the 1st century AD. The ancient Romans call it the Circus of Aegialis. Like the Spanish Steps, the Piazza Novana is famous among the artists. It is also now very popular with tourists because of its picturesque appearance, as well as the fountains, palaces, churches, cafes, and restaurants around it. For the later part of the day, I was doing location scouting to photograph the St. Peter's Basilica from a bridge during the golden hour. As the sun started to set, the evening glow over the city was beautiful. Once I was done with my location scouting, I went to look for another grand gelato parlor along a sidewalk terrace with a sweeping counter offering over 100 flavors of gelatos. The name of the place is called Gelateria della Palma. The gelati looks so tempting that I couldn't resist but to get myself another cup of a few scoops of gelatos. After that, I went looking for dinner and found a pizza shop. I didn't take note of the name of the pizza shop, but the pizza looks delicious and it certainly tastes the same way. After dinner, I stroll back to the bridge and get ready for the golden hour to photograph the St. Peter's Basilica Church. It was a popular spot for photographers to get the iconic shot of the Basilica from Rome. After photographing St. Peter's Basilica, I passed by Trevi Fountain, and it was still very crowded even though it was late in the night. Tomorrow, I shall be visiting Colosseum, and I'm very excited and looking forward to it. Second day in Rome, and today we are going to Colosseum. The best way to get to Colosseum is to take a subway from the Roma Termini station to the Colosseum terminal. When you step out of the station, you will be greeted immediately by one of the 7 wonders of the world, the Colosseum. On the day of my visit, it seems like there's some sort of a parade going on. After coming out from the Colosseum subway station, I went location scouting for a shot I wanted to do of the Roman Forum. I was told that this was a low-key location, but apparently there are massive tour groups around this location. The Roman Forum was a site located in the center of the ancient city of Rome and is surrounded by the roofs of several important ancient government buildings. The Roman Republic first began public meetings in the open-air forum around 500 BC. The rectangular-shaped area sited on low-lying land between Palatine Hill and Capitoline Hill was home to many of the ancient city's most impressive temples and monuments. Today, the Roman Forum is one of the most famous tourist sites in the world, attracting more than 4.5 million visitors annually. Next, I came over to Piazza Venezia, where the national monument of King Victor Emmanuel II stands. The front of the building holds the tomb of the Italian unknown soldier built under the goddess Roma statue after the World War I. The marble building houses the Museum of Italian Reunification. Going up to the top of the building offers a beautiful panoramic view of Rome. The national monument of King Victor Emmanuel II, otherwise known as Audra della Patria, was intended as a tribute to King Victor Emmanuel II, who became the first monarch in 1870 after the country's reunification. The monument's name also translates to Altar of the Fatherland. The road is closed for some form of entertainment. It's pretty fast. So we got the tickets for somewhere else. These are the cute people. My goodness. I bought a 2 days valid combo tickets to Colosseum, Roman Forum, and Palatine Hill from the Palatine Hill ticket booth. It has a shorter line compared to the queue at the main entrance of Colosseum. We are going. Colosseum is located just east of Roman Forum. Colosseum was commissioned by Emperor Vespasian of the Flavian dynasty around AD 72, and it was completed in 1880. It serves as a venue for games such as gladiatorial combats as well as wild animal fights for the Roman people entertainment. After 4 centuries of active use, the magnificent arena fell into neglect. In its prime, Colosseum was estimated to hold between 50,000 to 80,000 spectators at any one time. Though 2/3 of the original Colosseum has been destroyed over time, the amphitheater remains a popular tourist attraction, as well as an iconic symbol of Rome in the long and tumultuous history. After a hot day at Colosseum, I make my way to Pantheon. The Pantheon is a former Roman temple, now a Catholic church, and is a must-see monument in Rome. The current Pantheon we see now is actually the third remake of the building. The first 2 Pantheon was destroyed in the year 80 AD and 110 AD respectively. The final Pantheon was rebuilt entirely in 126 AD. With the ancient portion of the city's historic ruins scattered all around, it is incredible to see that Pantheon has remained perfectly intact after 2,000 years and only suffered superficial damages during the medieval and Renaissance eras. The most fascinating part of Pantheon is its giant dome, with its famous hole in the top known as the oculus. It is this oculus that allowed light into the church. There are no windows in the buildings. The dome was the largest in the world for 1,300 years, and until today, it remains the largest unsupported dome in the world. The diameter of the dome is 142 feet in length. After visiting the Pantheon, I hang around the city checking out some other churches. The interior of these churches was spectacular. In the evening, I headed to a gelateria for another few scoops of gelato. Tomorrow, I shall be visiting the Roman Forum, as well as one of the smallest city in the world, the Vatican City. Guess where I am? Stand the shot of the Colosseum at the back over here. It's an awesome piece of building. From the Roman Forum, overlooking the Colosseum. It's an amazing, amazing sight. Alright, at the back, I just finished photographing the Colosseum, which I came here for, from the location at Roman Forum. And now I'm going to finish visiting the rest of the Roman Forum and then the Palatine Hill. We still have one more photos to take of the Roman Forum right at the front at some tall buildings over there. Then after that, we're going to make our way to the Vatican City and we'll check out the St. Peter's Basilica over there. I think it's going to be a great day. The Roman Forum was once a busy marketplace with ancient temples and majestic buildings, making it a place for important activities in Rome. The place was the centerpiece of power and grandeur. Legend has it that the city of Rome was founded by two brothers, Remus and Romulus, who were abandoned at birth and were adopted by a she-wolf. When they were grown up, they decided to build a city. However, a disagreement between the two brothers regarding the city resulted in Remus killing his brother. Romulus was buried in the city. During its prime, displaying of body parts at the Forum was a common sight. This was a practice by the Romans to exhibit mutilated bodies of their enemies in public. The land on which the Forum now stands was not always dry. It used to be a marshy, low-lying wet land and was not suitable to construct buildings or monuments. The Romans, however, came up with ways to make the area habitable. They constructed a sewage system known as Cloaca Maxima in the 600 BC. This was the first sewage system to be constructed in the world. The last structure of the Roman Forum was the construction of Basilica Maxitius by King Constantine in the year 312 AD. There are no exact known reasons that led to the fall of the Roman Empire. Historians believe that corruption, political disputes, as well as religious differences may have led to the fall of the empire. With the change of the regime, Christians took over the Forum and converted the temples into churches. By the 11th century, the Forum was completely abandoned. Pieces of the Forums were taken and used as construction materials for other Roman structures. Some of the marble materials from the Roman Forum was used to build churches in the Vatican City. After visiting the Roman Forum, I took a metro to the Vatican City. I stopped at the Ottaviano station and it is a 5 minutes walk to the entrance of the Vatican City. Sign of McDonald's. Yes. So just now there's a poor fella just trying to sell tickets. So I'm just speaking to them in Mandarin. It was so hilarious. But now we're waiting for the queue for tickets for Vatican City. So the queue is that long, so it should be fine. So for the tickets, entrance to the city is via the Vatican Museum. These museums are vast and contain huge collections of art and stunning antiquities. Vatican City is a city-state with clearly defined borders. It is an independent country surrounded by Italy and is presided over by the Holy See. On the average, 19,000 people visit the Vatican City every day. It is the only city in the world that is enclosed by a wall. With over 7 kilometers of art galleries, the Vatican Museum are among the largest galleries in the world. Inside the walled border of the Vatican City houses the Vatican Museum, the Sistine Chapel, as well as the Vatican Garden. The spiral staircase leads you out directly to the St. Peter's Square. The striking square with its imposing colonnade is a large plaza located directly in front of St. Peter's Basilica, the greatest basilica of the Christian world. St. Peter's Basilica Square. So I enter the dome entrance. And we're going up the Basilica Dome, 15th of May 2017. And this is the ticket. Okay, we are starting our climb. We're going up 551 steps. Climbing 551 steps. Second part of the tower is slope come steps. I think someone else talking over there, but can get an idea of. I think something's gonna happen. Someone's gonna speak. Oops. Yeah. It's walking away. I think it's getting into the seat. Absolutely. And 3 in a row. 165 steps more. It's like slanting one side. So basically the whole thing is just slanting. Hi, thank you. We are at even smaller steps. Now we have a rope that we can hold while we're climbing up the steps. Yes. I think we reached. Yes. Finally, after a long claustrophobic walk up the tight spiral staircase, I finally reached the top of the Basilica, and the views here was nothing short of spectacular. After visiting the dome, I came back down into the St. Peter's Basilica. The entire interiors of St. Peter's is simply breathtaking. Lavishly decorated with marbles, relief and architectural sculptures. It is filled with many masterpieces from the Renaissance and the Baroque period. And among the most famous of which are the Michelangelo's Pieta, as well as Bernini's Baldaquin at the main altar. I finished my day at the St. Peter's Basilica. Tomorrow, I shall be spending my last day in Rome, visiting other attractions before heading for my next destination in Italy. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're having an amazing day. Today, I shall be visiting one of Rome's most treasured places, the Scarlet Center. The Scarlet Center, or the Holy Steps as it is known, are a set of 28 white marble steps under the custody of the Passionist. These 28 marble steps were covered in slots of wood so that you can actually see the marble underneath when you climb up the stairs. These steps are only allowed to be climbed on your knees. Hence, you can see people kneeling down as they make their way up on the stairs. The Scarlet Center white marble steps was retrieved by Emperor Constantine's mother from the area of Judea in Jerusalem. These steps that were once in front of the governor's palace in Jerusalem was assumed to be the very steps that Jesus Christ climbed when he appeared before Pontius Pilate. The authenticity cannot be 100% confirmed. However, archaeologists have found that these marble steps is the same type of marble found in Jerusalem. They have also confirmed that marble steps are missing from the ancient site in Jerusalem. These footages you see here were taken in 2017. It might look different at the present day after the stairs have undergone reconstruction work in 2018 and reopened in 2019. Just across Scarlet Center is the Basilica di San Giovanni in Laterano. This towering structure surmounted by 15 7-meter-high statue, namely Christ, St. John the Baptist, John the Evangelist, and the 12 Apostles, is a fine example of imposing late Baroque classicism. The central bronze door in the porch was moved here in 1660 from Curia in the Roman Forum. On the right side of the bronze door are the Holy Doors. These doors are open only every 25 years during the Holy Year, also known as the Jubilee years. At the left end of the porch is a statue of Emperor Constantius II. The cavernous interior is a breathtaking sight with golden gilt ceiling, 15th century mosaic floor, and a wide central nave lined with 4.6 meter high sculptures of the 12 Apostles. At the head of the nave, the Gothic baldachin over the papal altar is said to contain the relics of heads of St. Peter's and Paul. Beneath the baldachin is a high altar, which can only be used by the Pope. For 1,000 years, this monumental cathedral was the first important church in Christendom. Commissioned by Emperor Constantine and consecrated in AD 324, it was the first Christian basilica built in Rome, and until the late 14th century was the Pope's main place of worship. St. Giovanni in Laterano has been revamped several times, most notably by Borromini in the 17th century and Alessandro Gallery, who added the immense white facade in 1735. The bus ride didn't work out, so now we are taking the 30-minute slow walk to the mouth of Truth. And we have a stadium here. Before I reached the mouth of Truth, I passed by Circus Maximus. The Circus Maximus was a charade racetrack in Rome, first constructed in the 6th BC. It was used for public events such as Roman games as well as gladiator fights. The mouth of Truth is a marble mask which stands against the left wall of the portico of the Santa Maria in Cosmedine Church. The massive marble weighs about 1,300 kg. Legend has it that if you put your hand inside the mouth without telling the truth, your fingers will be cut off by the mouth of Truth. Next, I came over to the Marcello Theatre. Like the Colosseum, they were both built as amphitheaters during the ancient Roman times. However, they were built by different emperors. The Marcello Theatre is also commonly known as Mini Colosseum in Rome. Looks pretty local. One of my highlights for today was a trip to a pizza restaurant called Antico Forno Rochelle. The restaurant was highly rated in TripAdvisor as well as in Facebook. They do not only sell pizzas, but they also sell a variety of other snacks in front of the bakery. The interesting thing about the pizza here is that they do not come in the shape of a circle. Instead, they are made in long flat pieces where you can request to cut in exactly the size that you want. I have ordered two different types of pizza, pizza Florida as well as pizza presto e burrito. Next, I came over to Campo di Fiori, which literally means fields of flowers in Italian. This piazza used to be a place for public executions. Nowadays, it is commemorated by the impressive statue of Giordano Bruno in the center of the square. Because of his radical scientific theories about the universe that conflicted with the church teaching, the Italian philosopher was burnt to death at stake in the 1600s for heresy. So we are walking towards Vatican City, and we're just gonna cross this bridge that will lead us to Vatican City. Approaching Vatican City. So, oh wow. I think lines over here are quite common. And that is St. Peter's Basilica. For the last part of my day, I will be visiting the St. Peter's Basilica again. To the Mass, which is at 5 p.m. and the time now is 4:35. The Mass at the Basilica was a unique experience for me. The last 4 days in Rome has been amazing. From the Roman culture to the food, as well as witnessing the immense structure of the ancient times, Rome has been an incredible adventure. Here, I will be finishing up my time in Rome for this trip. I will be taking a 4-hour train ride from Rome to Pisa, where I will have a chance to walk up the medieval structure of the country, the famous Leaning Tower of Pisa.